This camera was way too fucking high. This Godzilla stand ain't the best for camera stands right here. I better make this intro quick because I'm gonna start swearing this jumper. So hello everyone, this is SME Wrestling here, back in this form, Killer Riley with the vapes. The first time Killer Riley has appeared in 2025, I think. But yeah. Well, today's another album ranking video since the last one got 200 views and that was on Linkin Park albums. Might as well make another one because every time it gets like 100 views, it always motivates me to make more of these album ranking videos. And for today, as you can tell by the jumper, and hopefully that gets in shot. It probably didn't, but we're going to talk about Killswitch and Gage albums, ranking all 8 of them. I'm not including the old self-titled album. I kind of see that as a demo. Fucking fight me. But yeah, anyways, Killswitch and Gage, pretty great metalcore band. So great, I saw them live. This is where I got the jumper from when I saw Killswitch and Gage live when they came here to Australia. And you might be wondering, didn't you already make a Killswitch and Gage album ranking video? I did, but that was for me getting prepared to see Killswitch live, and I had no idea that they were gonna make a new album. So I made that video private, and now I'm just making this one, just kind of remaking it, adding the new album, This Consequence. And overall, Killswitch and Gage have made some pretty consistent albums. Nothing too terrible, but there's a lot of great, but there's some stuff that like not too great, but not terrible. So yeah, that'll be my opinion on Killswitch and Gage, because Killswitch. My first introduction to Killswitch was from WWE, believe it or not, with CM Punk's theme song, This Fire. It just reminded me of CM Punk back in the old days, and yeah, then I started listening to more Killswitch and Gage, and then I really got into them. I still remember This Fire Burns, because that's going to be a whole special place in my heart, because it reminds me of CM Punk back in the Ruthless Aggression era, and I love being reminded of the Ruthless Aggression era of WWE. I can tell that fucking poster I have right there. Fun cut fucking point. But yeah, anyways, enough of me yapping, because I'm going to be sweating bullets in this jacket and this mask. So, I am going to be ranking all 8 Killswitch and Gage albums from worst to best. Join us! I am not going to stop making that joke, am I? Alright, number 8. My least favorite Killswitch and Gage album is the 2009 self-titled, not the demo one. Yeah, I'm calling it a demo because, I kind of see that album as a demo. But this one here, the self-titled for 2009, I would say I have a little bit of mixed feelings about this. Because firstly, this is the last album to feature Howard as a vocalist. And in my opinion, I kind of preferred Howard over Jesse. Not to say Jesse's bad or anything, he's still a good vocalist, but I just love Howard more. I think Howard brings the oomph to Killswitch and Gage. He makes the songs fucking powerful. But in this one here, I kind of feel like his vocals were a little weak in this album here. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a terrible album. I've listened to way worse, but it's not a great album. It's not good or it's great at anything. It's just average to me. Like, the songs are forgettable, like Lost and Light in the Darkened World, and fucking I can't remember any other songs here, but yeah, Take Me Away I didn't really like. The song I didn't like, the opening track, Never Again, I didn't like that song at all. And yeah, and The Return I didn't really like. I didn't like The Return. I think it was The Return. See, this is what I mean by some songs are forgettable. I just think this is a very forgettable album. But there are some highlights in this album, like the 2 singles that came off it. I think Save Me was a single, I'm not entirely sure. But Starting Over is really good. Save Me is really good. I used to not like Reckoning, but now listen to that live and listen to it again, I don't mind it. It grew on me. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but it grew on me. That song grew on me. It's not too terrible. This is Goodbye is a great way to end off the song, and I Would Do Anything is also a very underrated track. So yeah, there are some good parts, but there's also not so good parts, and that's what makes this the weakest Killswitch Engage album. It's just forgettable. I don't know if I'll call it bland. That's my whole main problem. This album's just average. It's just forgettable, in my opinion. So yeah, this is the weakest album. Number 8, Killswitch Engage, self-titled. I give it a 5.5 out of 10. Right, moving on. Number 7, Incarnate. This is the weakest album with Jesse on it, but it's not terrible. It's just okay. This album is just okay to me. There are some good parts about it, but there's also some not good parts about it. I'll just get the issues over that I have with this album. First of all, the instrumentation is great. I'm gonna say this for every single album moving on forward. The instrumentation is great. It's great fucking metalcore. And it's fucking Killswitch Engage. It's always great metalcore with Killswitch Engage. But sometimes there are some songs I just iffy with, like either offbeat or I just don't like the chorus and stuff like that. Yeah, like some songs like Alone I Stand, I did not like. Embrace the Journey Uprise, I think this was called. And then we have my least favorite Killswitch Engage song of all time, Strength of the Mind. Fuck that song. I hate it so much. When they played it live, when I saw them, I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, it might be an unpopular opinion for me, but I think Strength of the Mind fucking sucks. And there's some songs that are just alright, like Cut Me Loose and Just Let Go. And maybe Until the Day was also pretty alright. But there are some bangers on here, like Hate by Design. That is fucking great. And Until the Day, also really good. And even the last 3 songs are really good. The Great Descent, Ascension, and I forgot the last one, but that song's really good. So overall, there are some good songs in there, but there are songs that I think they're just alright, or I didn't really like, or they're just forgettable. But yeah, this album is just okay. Not the best, but not the worst. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Number 7, Incarnate. Number 6, This Consequence, their newest album. Now, when I first listened to the album, I thought it was just okay. Like, there are some great songs in there, but also some songs I'm not good with. Like, there are some songs that had great verses in it, but then the chorus was very underwhelming. But now, re-listen to this album, perhaps I might have treated this album a little too harshly. Like, is it great? Not really, but I wouldn't say it was that bad. I think this is an alright album. Like, some of the choruses from the songs grew on me. But they were still kind of underwhelming. There's still some underwhelming bits about this album, keeping it away from the great and good category here. Like, there's some great stuff here, like, of course, it's still Killswitch Engage, good old classic metalcore. Thank God I didn't change anything about them. And there are some songs that are good, like the opening track, Abandoned Us. At first I wasn't really sure because it had a weird intro that I didn't like. But I listened to it, I was like, yeah, I like this one. And then we have fucking Aftermath. And then we have Where It Dies. And the final track of the album, I think it's called Requiem, where it ends off the album in a bang. But 2 of my favorite songs on the album are the 2 singles that came out, I Believe and Forever Aligned. When that first song came out, I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. But now re-listening to it over and over and over again, I can now officially say that Forever Aligned is now one of my favorite Killswitch Engage songs. The hell to the fucking yeah. But there are some songs that I didn't like. Discarded Nation I didn't like. Broken Glass was not too good. Collision, wasn't really a fan of that one. But yeah. Those are all the songs I didn't like, and overall, I think this is an alright album. It's not great, but I wouldn't say it's the worst thing ever. I'll still listen to it every now and then. I'll give it now a 6.5 out of 10. So yeah, number 6, This Consequence. Number 5, Disarm the Descent. This is the album where Jesse comes back for the band and replaces Howard, which then Howard will go and form his own band, Light the Torch. I think. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, but there's no beef between the two. It's a very friendly departure. They always hang out every now and then, and yeah. Anyways, getting off topic, let's talk about the album. I think this is a good album. I think it's a good album with Jesse Returns. And I wouldn't say it's that great though. Like, firstly, the beginning is pretty good. I wasn't too fond on the opening track, The Hell in Me. It wasn't that good. But the first few tracks of the album, pretty damn good. Beyond the Flames, pretty good. The New Awakening, The Tribute to the Fallen, The Turning Point. Then those are pretty good songs, and especially In Due Time, which is another one of my favorite Killswitch Engage songs. I love In Due Time, and I was so happy that they played that song live. Now, it drops off, because I think the rest of the album completely loses me. I mean, freaking You Don't Bleed For Me, I think it was what it was called. That was alright, and Always also an alright track. I think those were alright. But some of the other songs I didn't really like it. Like This Call, Bleed Within, fucking forgot some of the other tracks' names. It's just either not good or just forgettable. That was the turning point for that album. No pun intended to that one song. But yeah, but other than that, other than the huge drop off, I still think this is a good album. I wouldn't say it's great though, because it starts off good, but then the rest loses me. That's all I gotta say. It's my opinion. You can disagree all you want. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And I'll give this album a 7 out of 10. Yeah, so number 5, Disarm the Descent. Number 4, Atonement. Now we're getting to the top ones that I think are really damn good. And Atonement here, I think this is a really good album here. Pretty sure it's on par with their first 3 albums. And let me get into why. First of all, the fucking heaviness, bro. The fucking heaviness is goddamn epic, man. And of course, Jesse does it all in his performance and his goddamn vocals. He does everything that he's got in this album. It's just fucking here. It's fucking hard hitting, and it's fucking metalcore. This is fucking metalcore. Killswitch Engage doing their metalcore shit, and I love it. And especially those songs like The Single Fire featuring Howard Jones. Howard Jones makes an appearance as like fuck yeah. And also Unleash is a good opener. Oscar's War like that song. I Am Broken too. It used to be one of my favorites until it got replaced by Forever Aligned. But yeah, it's still a great fucking song here. And I Can't Be the Only One and I Take Control. That's also really good. I wouldn't say it's a really great album though, because there are some songs that I didn't like the closing song, Bite the Hand That Feeds, which I thought was going to be a cover of The Hand That Feeds by 9 Inch Nails, but no, it's an original song, and wasn't really a fan of that one. And also As the Sun Rises, where the hell that song was called, something about the sun. It started off good, but then it kind of went off hill with the blast beats. That's the unnecessary blast beats I'm not a fan of. But yeah, and there's like Know Your Enemy. I didn't like Know Your Enemy. Wasn't that good. But yeah, those are the only 3 songs that I was not fond of. But yeah, other than that, this is still a very good album. Not enough to be in great category, but it's still a very good album, and I give it a 7.5 out of 10. So number 4, Atonement. Number 3, Alive or Just Breathing. I like to think that this is their debut album. I'm not counting that other self-titled in 1999, I think it was, because I see that as a demo album. Find me all you want. I see that as a demo. As for this one, Live or Just Breathing, oh boy, this is some great shit we're getting into right here. Of course, the title track, the title track's really good. I really love the rawness of the album, because this was made in 2002, so some rawness makes it very, heavy and deep and all that shit. And, yeah. Anyways, brain fart right there. But, yeah, I love the rawness and heaviness of the album. Of course, Killswitch gave it again that groove rage. Jesse was starting off in vocals. Literally, no, he wouldn't disappear, get replaced by Howard, and then come back and be the main vocalist of Killswitch Engage. But yeah, there's like one song I did not like in there, and I fucking forgot what it was, but let's not worry about that song, because the rest of the goddamn, oh boy, there's some bangers on here, like the opening track, Numbered Days, kicks off great, very raw, very heavy, very fast and electric. And like I said, the title track, the title album is very good. Temple from Revenge, really good. Rise Inside. When I heard that song, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And I'm so glad I get to hear it right here. Fixation of the Darkness, Life to Lifeless, and of course, my favorite track of the album, This Is My Last Serenade. Man, I love that song. But, yeah, overall, Live or Just Breathing, very good debut album. But it'll be the next two, that'll be even fucking better. But this is still a great album, giving it a 8 out of 10. The number 3, Alive or Just Breathing. Number 2, it's big boy time. Number 2 is The End of Heartache. Yes, a fan favorite in the Killswitch Engage discography. And I couldn't agree more. I really like this song right here. This is the debut of Howard in this album. And of course, Howard does a legendary job in this album. My god, these fucking bangers of the album here. Of course, the instrumentation is fucking great. Let's move on to the fucking great songs we have here. It kicks off strong with a Bid Farewell. And after that, it's nothing but greatness. There's no bad songs on the album. There are some underrated tracks like Breathe Life, When Darkness Falls, Take This Hope, and Hope Is. Those are great songs, but also the big bangers here, like Rose of Sharon is really good, and of course, the goddamn title track, The End of Heartache, which is another one of my favorite Killswitch Engage, pretty much my second favorite Killswitch Engage song. Yeah, everything about End of Heartache is really damn good. Like, especially some of the underrated tracks I mentioned, like When Darkness Falls and Breathe Life. Those are my favorites, and I think they're underrated as fuck. But yeah, this one, fucking great. Almost perfect, because there are 2 interludes, which I do like. I'm just not a fan of interludes or instrumentals? Yeah, instrumentals. But yeah, some I'm okay with, but other than that, I'm not really that big of instrumentals and interludes. Unless it works. But yeah, overall, this is still a very, very, very great album. But it's just one album that I think is way better than this one. But this is getting a 9 out of 10. Number 2, The End of Heartache. Alright, number 1. You can disagree with me, as long as you don't bash my opinion. This album and End of Heartache are just interchangeable. They can be first or second place. But in my opinion, I think this album is my number 1 favorite Killswitch Engage album. And it is As Daylight Dies. Pretty much my introduction to Killswitch Engage, because of that one song. But I want to save that for last, because I want to get into this album's greatness. Because firstly, the goddamn heaviness is fucking Killswitch Engage at their fucking best. Fucking Howard as the vocals, and he always puts on power and driveness. And of course, fucking bangers in this album. Like the title track, Daylight Dies, I think is very good. And some underrated tracks as well, like Still Beats Your Name and Unbroken and Reject Yourself. Those are the ones I can name. Only a few I can name. But I have a lot of favorites in this album. Like the cover of Holy Diver, I think it's really damn good. And This Is Absolution, I really like that album. Arms of Sorrow is also really good. And of course, and 2 of my favorites on this album, My Curse, a fucking great song by Killswitch. But it gets dethroned by my number 1 favorite Killswitch Engage song, This Fire. That was my introduction to Killswitch, thanks to CM Punk back in the Ruthless Aggression era. If it wasn't for CM Punk having that theme song, I would never figured out who Killswitch Engage is. Maybe I might. But yeah, but thanks to This Fire, it may, remember CM Punk back in the day it just remembered back to my childhood of wrestling, the Ruthless Aggression era. And yeah, I really like As Daylight Dies. I am giving it a 10 out of 10 perfection for me, my favorite Killswitch Engage album. Some people might agree with me, some people might not. Some people might say The End of Heartache is number one, and I won't argue with that. But for me personally, I think As Daylight Dies is my favorite album. I think it's the best Killswitch Engage album. So number one, As Daylight Dies. And well, there you go. Those are all 8 Killswitch Engage albums ranked. Not including that self-titled album back in 1999. I see that as a goddamn demo. I'll still say that to this fucking day. But yeah, this was a great listen back to, hearing all the good fucking metalcore classics, Killswitch Engage, and got so excited to hear This Fire again. I love that song. But yeah, overall, a great journey, and I think this Consequence, the newest album, I thought it was alright. Like, at first, I thought it was okay, but listening to it again, I still feel it was alright. But yeah, those are all the albums ranked, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. I pretty much enjoyed almost every single album. There's one album I did not like, maybe the other two, Self-Taught and Incarnate, but I wouldn't say that bad. They're just not that great. But yeah, here is all the ratings I've given for each album. And that will be the end of this one. Stay tuned for the next album ranking video, which is probably going to be Whitechapel. And oh boy, that's going to be a heavy one. Well, without further ado, I will see you guys next time.